get back to work.
We feel like our freedoms are being taken from us.
We've got all the big box stores open, but the little guys are suffering, and I'm worried about them.
I think the virus has been around a long time, and I think most people in Utah have already had it.
We're in the middle of a global pandemic. It is dangerous to be outside sometimes without the proper protection.
South State Street.
Hey everyone, so Chris and I are here in Salt Lake City today. We are about to go check out this a rally called the Utah Business Revival Safe Social Distancing Rally. And so, as we know, there's been a lot of protests going along around the United States to reopen businesses because of the economic fallout because of the coronavirus. And so we're just about to come up to the location, and oh wow, you can already kind of see what's going on up here. Look at it. But yeah, look at this. Okay, in the guidelines, specifically on the safe social distancing flyer, it says to please remain at least a 7 foot radius apart, and that is obviously not happening here, and we'll get a better view of this as we get a little bit closer. But yeah, none of these people look like they're 7 feet apart. So so here we go, as hopefully this car doesn't block us too much. But yeah, this is wow. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about all this. I mean, Salt Lake City we're not like the worst state in the US in terms of coronavirus COVID-19 cases. But out of Utah, Salt Lake is I believe is the most infected county inside of the country, right? Inside of the state right now. But yeah, this is just kind of a little bit, crazy to me that you've got so many people that are, not really taking. It doesn't seem like they're taking it very seriously, and that guy's gonna lose his skateboard. But it looks like most of the protesters are on the other side of the Utah County building, so we might have to get out.
Loop around,
yeah, loop around a little bit and take a look at it.
I think when the government say flatten the curve, there's a reason behind that. Granted, businesses are suffering, but if people are not observing the stay-at-home order, perhaps Utah will just become the next New York, which nobody wants to see that. But if people stay at home and follow government's order, I think everyone can go through this together, and soon we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel.
All right. Got a lot of people that are so I kind of do want to avoid the protest. I mean, I don't want to get that close to it because I am kind of worried about maybe I am a little bit worried about racism.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you can talk about the cases lately in the States.
Yeah, I mean, there has been a lot of an increased amount of racism towards Chinese, Asians in general. People can't tell us apart here. So, but yeah, there's a lot of incidents of racism. I know there was a stabbing in Texas. There was a shooting. I can't remember. And then there was at least 2 acid attacks on Asian women in New York. And personally, I think this is just ridiculous. Let's go this way. I don't want to go on that side of the street. So. But yeah, I think let's go into the Maserati dealership side, and then we can stand there from that side and observe it. So you see, you've got that many people. I just don't dare go over there because we've got so many people over there not wearing any masks, and they say that the virus doesn't have any symptoms at first, for at least in a lot of cases. So I'm gonna paste the footage over the video so you can see what I'm seeing, but I'm gonna fly my drone over the crowd so we can get a look at them. So flying over it, it actually doesn't look as crowded as it does from the ground. You see, mostly the people are just kind of gathered around the entrance of the building. So. Yeah, I'm just kind of flying around a little bit. So I, like anybody else, want life to go back to normal. You know, I'm just like you, Chris. I'm tired of not being able to, you know, go out to eat like I used to. I'm tired of, you know, spending the majority of my time inside. The only reason we really came out today was just to kind of record this the protest and you know, see what's going on with that. But
we want you guys to see in America how people voice their opinion even during this difficult pandemics.
Yeah, you see, just in my opinion, I just feel like, you know, by getting, if we reopen businesses too soon, if we don't, you know, take this problem seriously as it is right now, I mean, we already wasted so much time in the beginning without, you know, having the testing available for people who were having symptoms. And so, you know, if we don't take this seriously right now, then the cases are just gonna, you know, explode. Even if we say that they're, well, okay, you know, here's another thing. They say that they're practicing social distancing in the flyer. They say, please stay 7 feet apart. I think, you know, in the drone footage, you can see that clearly people are not 7 feet apart. They're standing, you know, side, just shoulder to shoulder almost in some parts.
Right.
And so my point is that, you know, if we're not taking this seriously, if we're not taking social distancing guidelines seriously enough, and, you know, even if we do reopen businesses soon, and how can we, you know, ensure that that these
maintain the safety?
You know, maintain the safety. Because, you know, air, it's I think they did some study in China where they found that the way that the virus spreads, and they were saying that, like, someone on the back of a bus who's infected can infect the person all the way in the front of the bus.
Wow.
Because the virus, I mean, it's, you know, with these air particles, these particulates that you breathe out, they can really spread, you know, really big distances. And so it's, you know, it's just not, in my opinion, even if business is open, I would feel less safe at this time, actually, going to them. Because, you know, right now in Salt Lake and around the country, how it works is, you know, when you want to go order food, a lot of it is you order outside the restaurant and then they bring it to you, which I personally feel like this is a better practice. Whereas on Monday they said they want to reopen, or actually today, Friday, they said they want to lose some of these principles and allow people to actually go inside of the restaurants to order food. So, you know, for me that just seems less safe, because then you've got, you know, everything in a closed environment, and you've got viruses, I mean, you know, people breathing, and it's just going to spread all over the restaurant, which for me, and, you know, I might be crazy, but that's just how I feel about it. So before I close out this video, I just want to make the statement that, you know, we're all in this together, and I understand that these are, you know, really difficult times for a lot of people. You know, the outlook for a lot of my fellow students at BYU is not as great as it was, you know, just before this virus happened. A lot of our, you know, full-time offers from companies and internships, they've all been either canceled or postponed. So if we really want the situation to get better sooner than later, we really need to take this situation seriously. I know we all want to, you know, get back to work. We all want to open businesses again. But in my opinion, opening businesses sooner than later is only going to make the problem worse. Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for watching my video, and I'll catch you next time.